So I grabbed my bong and I just loaded it up again and they started puffing and out I went and started walking, and next minute I seen the police. So I started shooting at them. And then they shot me in the head and the leg. And at that time I just didn't really care anymore. I didn't care if I wanted to die or not. I put my finger in my where they shot me in the leg, put my finger in there, and I drew this cross on my head. And I told this cop, "You should have shot me in the head, you prick." And this is where I live for now. Once I'm in here and locked away from everyone else, and it puts me in a mellow, it puts me in a happy mood, and that's what the system does.
Wattie is staying here in one of our te pā houses. Te pā is a kaupapa Māori organisation. We help with reintegrating prisoners back into the community. Wattie is a real complex case. He's spent the last 41 years in prison since he was 15. Wattie's been in and out of prison over those 40 years. The longest he's been out of prison is just a few months, and the shortest is less than a day.
Coming out here, you've got to learn a lot of things. That's different. You tell me anything about jail, I'll run you through it, but out here it's a bit harder. I always think other people out here are aliens. Just a different world out here. Because you got to worry about the power, board, and all that like a usual. A lot of us don't know what it's like. I'm still finding it hard. I just don't want to handle this world, this outside. And you just say to yourself, bugger that, I'm going back to jail. And you'll find anything just to get yourself back in.
A lot of violent offences like stabbing people, axes, and kidnapping, a lot with the gangs. Mainly inside, I think he did a lot of gang enforcing, and that was known throughout his record.
When's the last time you wore one?
In bed. I always wanted to go to sleep with it when I was inside. I've been in there for so long, and when you go in, you actually quite miss it. And this has always been who my family was. These guys. And
when I first met him, I saw hope. I saw that he's 58, he wanted some change.
What are your main challenges for staying out this time?
Alcohol. Mainly pee, woman. I mean, it's just those three really.
For Wattie to survive out here in the community, he needs a lot of support and relationships, and not just from the gangs. Since he was about 10, he's had no contact with his family, or very little contact with his family. Yeah, we're heading down to Morrinsville. He's catching up with his sister that he hasn't seen for over 30 years.
I want to prove to them that I'm not that same person. I want to get on with my life, you know. It's really difficult to try and mend something that you did. Seeing you 30 years later, you know, they'll be going, you know, looking at themselves, is that the same person? Or has this person come down to give us a hiding?
I don't want the other happy birthday, I want the other happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you guys. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
Happy birthday, my sis. This is the first one we had together. I love my family, I love everyone that's here. But yeah,
Oh.
This is the first birthday that we both actually had, and it's been a long time. Been a real long time. And to all the older ones, you know, if anything I've done over the years and anything bad against any of you, I am so sorry. Now I can come here without holding on to, you know, this anger. I just want to get to know my nieces, my nephews. You know, it's time for me to move on. There's a lot of things that I really want to do. Is really get close to my family in there. I've pushed all my family to the side too long. Being back here is just a bit strange for me. It's more like it was one of them where it started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thank you for coming too.
Group hug. Can we have a group hug? Come on. Group hug. That's what we do. Come on, girls.
Oh, what a cute.
I was actually one of those kids that used to play in the gutter. You know, people used to go past me, didn't, you know, oh, whose kid's that, you know, and my parents were drinking, and I was brought up in the gang life. I thought no one loved me, and, you know, trying to find out where my next feed was coming from, really. So the only way I could do is go and steal. My grandmother spotted it, and she goes, no, you come and stay with me. And I thought I was Superman, I thought I was bulletproof, because no one could touch me, because she was there. And she was my rock.
When Wattie was 9, he stole a truck and was taken away from his grandmother.
They called social welfare, that's how they got involved. And my grandmother was trying to get me back, but it was too late. I took it too far. Yeah, so they sent me to a boys' home. It broke her heart though. And get me going there. Live in, Hokio, Kotiri, went to both of them. When you're that age, it's quite scary. Yeah, it's more like you're lost. You're wondering why you're there. Smallest one in there. Everyone to me was giants. And I used to get bullied. The more they kept doing it, the more I got stronger. And I'd punch one of them out. It's overloaded. Overloaded with so much anger. And then that was it. That's where I started liking it. I had to go from a little kid to an adult real quick. If I didn't, I don't know where I would have ended up. Now you made me as a monster. Now you can't take it back.
When Wattie was 15, he was sent to prison. While inside, he found out his grandmother had passed away.
Soon as that door opened the next day, bang! I just laid a screw out. A staff member laid him right out. And then they all come running, and next minute I was into them. And all that whole year, it was just violent all the way through. I've now been here and been at a headstone. It's just really heartbreaking. Yeah, this is the person that I really loved.
Because Wattie's been in prison for over 40 years, he hasn't really worked. It's really awesome. Wattie's just found his first job.
You're always getting about 300 and something from the dole. And then when the next minute your pay comes out, and you're thinking, sure, this is good fun. But it's a lot of hard work too. And this when I put this on, this is Darth Vader. You know, I'm your father.
These sort of drawings are more like got to be happy, not angry, or not, you know, angry at anyone, because if you draw them and you're angry, they won't come out the way you want it to come out. That's my daughter there. That's the patu of the father, and that's my granddaughter. The rope is bringing us, holding us together. That's what the rope means.
While Wattie's been in prison, he ended up having three children, all in their 20s. Wattie hasn't seen his son Khalil since he was a baby.
It's a bit sad though, my kids. You know, because usually father's supposed to be looking, you know, bringing your kids up. You know, I wasn't really there.
Collectibles.
Yeah. Like, this is nice.
Yeah, my painting.
Where's your aunt?
Huh?
Where's your aunt?
Up there.
Oh, fuck. Oh, me.
One over there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't finished that one.
What does that say?
Self-made.
Self-made.
Yeah.
Cool. Fuck, it's just like we're looking in the mirror
What?
at my younger self. I love you, my son.
Love you too. Yeah,
I had a talk with your mother about you joining up. She said to me that, you know, it was up to me. But what I want to try and say to you, you know, that thing there is a real big,
well, it's in
big
my
part
heart
to it.
anyway.
Yeah, big part to it. And I don't really want to see you wearing it. I'd rather see you, you know, look after our daughter-in-law.
Yeah, always do.
Be the opposite from me. Stop being like me. There's only going to be one of me.
Oh, that's me.
And then the only gang member in the family, and that's not you, my son. That's me.
Yeah, that's for the little man.
There's always one gang member. I can handle it, my son. But I just don't want you going there.
No.
Because it's a dumb life. It's a shit life. Stay as who you are. Be who you are. Because if you go that way, you're going to be listening to someone. And I really don't want my son involved. Because I tell you what, whoever gives you a patch, I'm going to waste. And I've just been straight up, son. Someone gives you a patch, well, I'm going to waste the person that gives it to you. There's more to that patch than you think it is. It really hurt me more if they ended up inside. He hasn't seen that light. My job now is to keep him away from that light, because there's no turning back once you get there. It's all in or not. What I really want to say to you, it's from my heart. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you, but I am now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my son.
All is good.
Yeah, I should have been there for you when you were growing up.
You're here now.
The only part that I had was when I was holding you. Yeah, I do apologise. I do really sorry from my heart that I really wasn't there. But now I've just got to make the most of it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want you to come and stay with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll keep me out of jail, having you around.
Oh, if you go back there, I'm going to kick your ass.
I'll take you up on that. It's part of my life. It's always been part of my life. You can leave it, but for me to do that, it's more like, because they were the ones that actually brought me up, put a roof over my head, clothed me, fed me, you know, and for me to be there, it's just more like, just to show them, you know, the thanks. You know, them being there for me, you know, when other people wouldn't. Right now I just park it up.
I don't need to wear it because I got really nothing to prove to anyone. I know it's there. It's like a korowai, for me. So yeah. I come to be a gang member, a patch member when I was 16, and that's what drove me, was what I wore on my back. You didn't really care. I didn't really care about the consequences. It was just bang, hit it. And then my name just got higher and higher up the list. And they're sitting at meetings and you're not even supposed to be sitting there. I'm wondering, why am I sitting there? It got to a stage where they were afraid of giving me any orders, to go and do, because I'll go a bit further than that order. I those sort of things, I used to get off on it. I didn't care about people. I didn't care about hurting them. And that's how people got scared of me. And it wasn't these guys here. It wasn't Black Power that taught me that. I taught myself that. And it was all because of my pain, what was happening to, what happened to me. And that's the reason why I used to take it out on people.
Trauma is unfortunately a huge part of what we do. Given Wattie's past and history, everything was pointed to some serious abuse. While we were in Monesville, Wattie told his family about the sexual abuse he experienced as a child.
What happened in that house, and this is the reason why I wanted to kill Charlie, shoot him in the head. That's why I come down here last time, to shoot him in the head. That really hurt.
Oh my God.
And being that young, you're helpless. You don't know what to do.
That's right.
From there on, my heart just went black. It destroyed everything inside me. That's why I wanted to get everyone back and smash them all over, because I got a mean hiding for that. Being honest. Thinking that your mother's there for you.
Yeah.
Thinking, that she's going to look at myself. Fuck, I got a mean hiding from her, because I real mean wood. The hose, anything that she could pick up. She'll hit me with it, and I couldn't get over it. Even from today, I can't get over those sort of things, because now he's not here. I wanted to kill the prick, and it really hurt me, and no one knew about it, because I closed up. I closed up and didn't tell anyone, and every time that something popped up and I got angry, that's what was driving me, more angry and angrier.
Yeah.
I've never done this to psychologists, or never to these guys, or even my sister, or my family. This is the first time it's coming out, and that's the reason why I joined up with the gangs and that, to get everyone back. And that's why I used to drink a lot of alcohol, just to hide it. Because me looking at it over and over every night, just looking at it, thinking, oh, you motherfucker. But Auntie wouldn't get out of the house. If she would have got out of the house, she would have blown away, holding the kid. But now, what do I do with him? He's gone. And that drew me right away from my family because of that. And that's the main hold, was that. That's where it all started. And that's where my life went downhill.
When we went down to Monesville, and we came back, and I knew he was just, his emotions, It wasn't safe for him to go home. It wasn't, and I just said, where do you want to stay tonight? Where do you want to go? And he just, and so he just come and stayed at home. I'm not doing this job for money, and he needed people that would be willing to build a type of relationship with him that showed that he was valued. And if it was just a 9 to 5, that could never happen.
I actually called Mike up. I asked Mike if he could pass me over to his partner, and I was actually talking to both of them, and then I asked if she wanted another son, and she goes, she always wants another, more sons. And I was like, oh yeah, I get it. Why I said that is because it's the things that they do that I never thought
ever doing.
Wattie connected with myself and my family through what we call the Gathering, which has been going since 2006. It was basically reaching out to some homeless and street people and addicts in our community. And
Takes me back a bit. My life has been okay. You see people that comes here week in, week out and living on the street. There's a lot of these people haven't got beds to sleep in. I have. I try and put myself in their shoes.
If I can go back to those other people what I hurt, which I can go back and apologise to them, because now I see it was wrong.
when Wattie was sentenced in 2017, he was going up for preventive detention. This means he might never be able to be released from prison.
I always thought to myself, when is this going to end? When am I going to say enough's enough? It was only because of this one judge sentenced me 7 years ago. I really sat back and then listened to it. And the light bulb just went boom, it flicked. I keep doing this. I'm never going to see my granddaughter grow up. And over those 7 years when I was inside, and no, I want my life back. So I kept my hands in my pocket. So they beat me up. But everyone else was wondering, this is not the Wattie we know. To other people might look, might see weird. Why would you not pull your hands out and then get your head kicked in?
As we know, Wattie needs continuous support. It's a matter of whether he chooses to go back to his old life with substance abuse and then crime and gangs, or whether he decides to move forward and find another way. It's been exciting to see Wattie reconnect with his family, especially his sisters. Two of his sisters have asked him to come down to Christchurch. He hasn't seen them for over 40 years. And they know Wattie's a talented artist. He's done a lot of tattoos, he learnt inside. So they've asked him to give him the honour to come down and do the moko kawai.
How you feeling?
Still nervous. Yeah. Nervous seeing my sisters. Yeah, about 40 years. I haven't seen them. Close to that anyway. I don't know what it'll bring.
I don't think our brother ever left, but we just didn't know him the way a family should have. He's always been a big part of my life because he's our eldest brother.
Yeah, I knew.
And to have him back in our life is like, words can't even describe it. It's something that I always wanted, our brother back. But the only thing that was with me, with you, is I was angry at you because you weren't here. But then I also understand why you weren't here. So, and that's, put that together and you're here now. And I forgive you. It can only get better. Damn straight, I mean it to that.
So yeah, bro. I hope it never stops. And that we travel together moving forward. Because there has been a backbone missing in our family. And we, as sisters, are only stronger if we're all together.
My journey was more like putting my family to the side so they never got hurt. and people didn't know who my family was. And then when I think about it now, it was wrong. I know I want to talk to them, but you don't know
How?
Yeah, even last night, trying to come up with a conversation that's the same level as anybody, it's quite hard. So I just sat back and just looked at everyone, and it was just good to be around them. Even though I didn't say much, but I was happy being here.
That's the one I want to say for my mokpunas, that they've got nannies and koros, that's extended. It's not just one nanny. We're all going to be here in one moment. That this is how it's supposed to be.
It's like hugging Dad.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest New Zealand Herald news, click the subscribe button below or check out one of these videos. And head over to nzherald.co.nz for more news worth knowing.